Hello, and glad to have you here today. Today, we're going to talk about, have a conversation around, do you ever feel like you just don't know what to say when you want to do a live, when you're doing your post, or when you're doing, your stories? Do you feel that you don't know who you're talking to? And the other thing is, do you feel like you need to come on and say, hello, everybody, hello, guys, whatever that is? Because I have something that I think might help you. This is something that I did a while back, and I update it every now and then. And but it's something that helped me when I was having that difficulty. It was something that I learned a while back, and I think it might be helpful for you. So as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know whether you're catching this live or on the replay. If you're catching it on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay and I will still give you a shout out and you'll be able to see the answer to my question. Or, if you ask a question and I answer it, not so much see it, but because I'm not going to write it down, but as you may be taking notes, or you can always catch the replay and then take notes if you want to do that. But that's what I want to talk about today. I kept thinking about this, and some of the things I've seen over watching other people's videos, or looking at things that we post, and I can remember the difficulty that I had as well in not knowing exactly what I was going to say, who I was going to talk to. Even though I'd had a lot of training with that, there was this one thing that really made a difference. This one thing. So before I get any further, let me introduce myself. I am Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, and video marketing. I also give updated strategies and tips. So that is basically what I do, and that is basically who I help. People that are out there like I used to be, building a business, and most everybody's online now, so it's a really crowded space, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to learn when you don't have someone to listen to, or if you're in the wrong place, if the person you're listening to is not talking about what it is that you need to know. So all of those things are important. So before I go off on a different tangent, because I have a tendency to want to talk and explain everything, and I need to share this with you today because I think it's really going to help you. And so if you have questions, comments, please drop them in the chat box. Let's be interactive. Um, are you having those kind of difficulties? Are you talking to people, but you really aren't hitting it and you're not sure why? Are you talking to one person, instead of like coming on or saying you guys, or like I said before, hey everybody, and that kind of thing, because you want to focus on the person that you most want to help. And those are the people that are part of your tribe, your team, the person that you most want to help. And so let's go from there. So now, I don't know if you've heard of this before, but this is an exercise that I've done a few times since I came online and started learning how to create content and how to talk to the people that I wanted to talk to. So, what it is called customer avatar. And I had an exercise that I had to do. And then when I did it again, the person changed a little bit, that I was talking to, because sometimes as you're going along, then things do change. I hope you can't hear this right now. I hear a lot of bumping. Sounds like they're emptying the garbage now. So hopefully you don't hear all of the noise. But anyway, so customer avatar, what is that? A customer avatar is a person that you most want to talk to. And I had like certain questions that I had to answer about that. So to help me to figure out who that person was. And I can remember it being a little puzzling because as I started writing out, the things that I needed to write out for my customer avatar, something was happening. So let me just look at my notes here and start there. So, first of all, you want to create a customer avatar. And you want to be, the other thing about that is you want to be very detailed in the creation of your customer avatar. And then, so you may say, why do I need to be so detailed? And what is this all about? Um, a customer avatar helps you to be able to focus on who it is that you truly want to talk to and truly want to help. So, in order to do that, then you start writing down details about that person. You give that person a name. You make that person male or female, depending on what your needs are and what you think their needs are, as far as like for you wanting to know who you want to help. And so, and I'll tell you something because I don't want to keep us here forever. When you start doing this exercise to write out all the details about this person, their age, their name, give them a name, their you know life, what's their life like? Are they working? Are they, an entrepreneur? Do they have a full-time job and are they an entrepreneur? Um, do they have kids? Are they married? Are they single? Are they a single parent? What types of things do they like? What kinds of history, medical history do they have? All of these things. And as you start to write out these different things about this customer avatar, what I found was, and so I'm not going to have you sit and wonder, it's because this is my last day going live. I'd like to just give you this up front instead of having you waiting and puzzling over, this is really seeming kind of, strange. Because as you do this, as you give the details, the person that you are writing about, the customer avatar that you are forming, actually ends up being similar to you as a person. Like for me, it was similar to me as a person. And when I gave the person a name, her name was Shirley. My name is Cherie. But it just automatically popped in my head the name that I would give her, the age that I gave her, the children that I gave her, her being a single parent. She was more like me. And so then that helped me to figure out some other things when I talked about wants, needs, desires, fears, um, the language that I needed to use. Sorry, I'm getting a little dry. The language that I needed to use. When you take the time to build this customer avatar, then that is the person that you speak to every time you're doing a live, and I hope you're all going live. Every time you do a post, every time you do a story, when you're sharing your journey, you think about you're talking to this person and you know what they're going through because they're actually like you. So I hope that this was helpful. A customer avatar to me really helped me to hone in on what it was I wanted to talk about because I knew what it was that I needed. I knew the struggles that I was going through and what I had. I just put myself back in that place, even to where it was before I came online, and then as well, of course, before everybody came online. Once everybody came online and the person was online, then I tweaked some things in my customer avatar. So she's online and she doesn't really know how to do it because she just kind of jumped on because she didn't have a choice. And so she's online and she's trying to learn how to work in this online space using social media. So that's one of her problems, one of her issues. So you can do this. Just start off with a customer avatar. And of course, you can always Google and learn more about this. But I wanted to give you something that you could start, that you could be able to action today. You know, write down some things about details about your customer avatar. And like I said, I've already given you the secret because when I started doing it as I was writing it out, the person, like I said, ended up like me. She had two boys like I do. She had you know, and they were about 5 years apart. I don't think I ever gave her three kids. I think I gave her two boys, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I so it's one of those things that can really help you to know who you're talking to and prepare content for that person and what the things are that that person is having problems with. What are their, what are their needs? What are their wants? What are their pains? What are their desires? What are their fears? And that helped me to then speak to that person. And you may think that it sounds repetitious as you're speaking to these people, not people, as you're speaking to your avatar, but your customer avatar, but there are going to be others that are going to be listening in because there's a tribe of people out there like you, like your avatar, who need you to help them by showing them the light and help them by, knowing what kind of content to put in front of them to help them to be able to, you know, find answers and go from there. Because you don't want to always give people everything because it's important that, the people, the sorry, I keep saying people. It's important that the person that you talk to, because if you don't want to say you're talking to everybody, you want to be talking to the person that is going to be the one that you want to help. And if you talk to that person all the time, then that person ends up being a tribe of people, okay, if you will. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, you can always check back with me and we can go from there. And I hope that some of you joined Clubhouse. I'm going to put the replay for Clubhouse um, in on my business page and that way you can access that Clubhouse of what we talked about. And maybe that'll help too, but it's not about customer avatar. But I just thought about that. That's something else that you can access, that you can take a look at Clubhouse. And for those of you that may not know what Clubhouse is, it's one of those um, auditory. It's audible, and you can just listen and hear, what we talked about, what we discussed about. Clubhouse is very interesting, and I like because we can say exactly what we want to say, talk to who it is we want to talk to, help those people that we want to help. So if you have questions or you want to go deeper or something that you didn't understand, you can always message me. And I'll be putting some information in the comment section about um, conference that's coming up this weekend, which is Attract, Influence, and Enroll. And it helps a lot of people to learn a lot of information on being able to do that, attract, influence, and enroll. It's, because it's a lot, it's a big subject, but it's really an awesome thing. And I haven't done it in a while, but I'm going back myself this weekend, so I'll be starting. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday afternoon, and then Saturday, Sunday all day. But I will put that information in the comment section on my video when it's completed. And so I hope you got some information from this, so it was helpful. I hope that you will start to do a customer avatar. You just start making out things like I said, about details about that person. Remember that when you speak, you'll speak to that person. So you're not, feeling like you're talking to everybody. You're talking to this person. You're talking to this customer avatar, which actually ends up, like I said, being the tribe of people that you want to talk to. So I'm going to get off here. Have a good rest of your day, no matter where you are. Today is my last day going live. I go live 2 days a week, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon. So I will see you next week. Tuesday at 12 noon. So take care. Talk soon. Have a good rest of the day, no matter where you are in the world. Bye now.